After seeing four different eye doctors and like 10 different appointments, we started to realize that maybe the problem wasn't our eyesight and something different was going on, something we did not see coming. So, my name's Amanda Ross, and this is the beginning of our story. We saw Dr. S, who said she needed prism glasses. Then we saw Dr. M, who gave her cataract surgery. We saw a different doctor, Dr. MS, who updated her prism glasses and her reading glasses. Dr. C, who was the chief of ophthalmology at a big university, who said that her eyesight was so good that she would have no reason why she couldn't drive. But she couldn't see, she couldn't read, she couldn't drive. Impossible. In my birthday speech to her when she turned 75, I said that I was so excited for what was to come for her in her life. It's wild to think that. She's um, 80 and a half now, and the person she was at 75 is not the same person. So, this is my mom, Lillian, or Lil, as her friends call her, or of course, just mom to me and my sister Pam. And the one thing that is still hers and is still mom is her laugh. And so I love to make her laugh. It is my favorite thing.
This is a long story.
Long store.
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 Yeah.
Hearing her giggle is amazing. She was born in 1943, which means as of recording this, she is 80 and a half, like I said. And she was always the one you could lean on, like mom was always there for everything. And she was down for whatever, like down for whatever. She is like, you want to go drive 2 hours somewhere? I'm coming. You want to go just shopping for, clothes? You need to go to the drugstore. You need to like want to go to a festival. You like whatever, whatever. She's saying yes. Like, as long as she was with my sister and I, or one of us, she would be all in. Absolutely. She was also the one that just like took care of things. Like stuff happened. I'd be like, oh gosh, I got to take my car in. I have to make an appointment. And she would be like, I'll call. Like, so she'd make the appointments for me. Like, just so many things that she just took care of. Like, that's what she did. She was very organized and like took care of everything. She was smart and clear and organized. And in the fall of 2019, the same time that she turned 75, or sorry, yes, I'm telling the truth. The same time that she turned 75, she retired from being a justice of the peace. So at 75, you have to retire being a justice of the peace. And in Ontario, being a justice of the peace is very similar to a judge, just not these huge cases. So traffic accidents, bail hearings, she would issue warrants for arrest. She did small criminal matters, listened to witness testimony, decided the outcomes of people's lives. Like that's what she did in when she retired in 2019. She did that for 17 years. It's really, really crazy to think that it's only been 6.5 years. Not even, sorry. It's been, because it's 2025. I can't do math. It'll be 6 years in the fall that she would have retired. So it's June right now. Um, She was also an MPP before that, so a member of provincial parliament, which I guess in the States would be similar to maybe a governor, maybe, or a senator, something like that. And in 2019, she was forced to retire at 75. So when that happened, even like we had a big party with lawyers, other JPs, court clerks, like all kinds of things. Everybody came together. We did a big party for her. She was going around the room chatting with everybody, even in her farewell speech, which was far too long. She like pointed out people and was telling stories and like it's insane to think about that. She loved that job. And she would have stayed if she wasn't forced into retirement at 75. And now here we are, 5 years, and she can't, I mean, she has been able to read for a couple years now. She can't process thoughts. She can't evaluate information. She can't do up her own zipper, put her own clothes on. Um, Even understand that shoes are shoes. She doesn't know anymore. She'll say to me, "What are these?" Her fingers. What are these? Why do I have them? Um, it's shocking. It's shocking and sad. And it all started with her eyesight. If we had known, I don't even know if we could have changed anything, but if we had known. She started complaining about her eyesight in early 2019, and some of her friends had recently had cataract surgery, so she got really obsessed, like really obsessed. And again, in hindsight, if I had known what to look for, what to understand, really obsessed. She was getting obsessed with a lot of things, obsessive about things. Having this cataract surgery she thought was going to solve her eyesight issues. That was going to fix it all. This cataract surgery was going to be the thing. Um, Obviously it was not, because it wasn't wasn't that. Over COVID, we started to notice that she was getting more confused, and I thought just old age stuff. Like my sister was far more, I think we need to, maybe something else is going on. And I was like, absolutely not. It's just old age. I was very like, nope, what you're saying is insane. That's crazy. It's just old age. It is what it is. It's fine. She'll be fine. Um, and then she had a car accident in November. Like, think about this. November 27th, 2020. That was the last time she drove, but she was still driving. But she seemed okay. Like, she actually seemed fine. She didn't want to go to the hospital. The ambulance came, they checked her out. They said she seems okay, but like we don't know if unless we do a CAT scan. And she was like, I'm not going to the hospital. I'm fine. I just want to go home. Um, and again, hindsight. I don't know again if it would have mattered. Some things that happened over time that definitely made us go, well, that's really weird. Like one time she called, she was driving in the west end of the city and um was lost. And it made no sense that she was lost because she drove there all the time. Like how can you be lost on the street you've been on 1,000 times before? And not just like, oh, I'm a bit confused. Like literally called my sister and was like, I don't know where I am. I don't know how to get home. She had also had previous car accidents before. She was always a bit clumsy too, like things would happen. So in February of 2021, we were back to see the eye doctor, and we're getting really fed up, of course, that her eyeglasses were not helping her. Since the accident too, we had noticed that some things were off. We did contact our family doctor to talk about memory and confusion she was having, and he clearly said, "I can say that you are not demented." We all laughed. We felt relief. Um, about a month later, we met him in person and he did like this other test on her where it's actually the one that Donald Trump bragged about.
Like you'll go person, woman, man, camera, TV.
So after that test, there were clearly some issues. He said that she definitely has some cognitive decline, but he was confident that it was normal aging and nothing really to be concerned about. But to be on the safe side, he got us an appointment with a specialist, Dr. Brian Misojic, the Chief of Geriatric Services at Hamilton Health Sciences. We are lucky and grateful to have him in our lives. Mom was very worried about this, though. She was like, I'm not like, she just really pushed back. I think she was really scared about what the outcome of that would be. Uh, so we didn't actually meet him until January of 2022. We had to get blood work and MRI. We did all of those things fairly quickly, but we didn't have the appointment again until July of 2022. July finally arrived and we talked to Dr. Brian Misojic on the phone. The results of the MRI were that she has dementia due to brain damage. Dementia. from brain damage. How? When? Was it just because of this accident in 2020? He said it was due to repeat impacts over time and would get worse, especially if she had more impacts. Her eyesight was fine, but her eyes no longer talked to her brain. They were no longer friends. It was her brain that was the problem, never her eyesight. And in April of 2023, he diagnosed her with a particular type of dementia, which I'll talk to you about that in the next video because the diagnosis we think was incorrect. My sister and I diagnosed her differently, and he, being an upstanding doctor, agreed. So before I end this video, though, I do just want to speak to anybody who's going through this journey. Watching someone you deeply love being stolen from you. Those who are probably like me and my sister who live with a brick wall. The brick wall lives in your brain, in your mind, in your soul. And on one side of the brick wall is everyday life. You're going through the motions, the mundane. Life is happening. You're getting through this time. On the other side of the brick wall is turmoil of incredibly raw, deeply sad emotions that you need to keep on the other side of the wall, because if you let them escape, even for a second, if you let one brick down, the whole wall could crumble. So you got to hold that brick wall up to keep all of those emotions over there. Once in a while, I take a brick down or two to sort of release this deep, relentless pain that I feel, knowing I will never speak to my mom again the way that I used to, even with her standing beside me. Because she's only there in shades, never in color anymore. She's my mom, and I know that. But she also isn't. My love for her has changed too. It's more maternal. Like, I really want to keep her safe. Oh, God, do I miss her? I miss watching her flit around the kitchen, dancing and being silly. I miss her listening to my crazy stories and just laughing. I miss her doing puzzles and playing games. I miss her just making choices, understanding what those choices mean. I miss being taken care of. It's all gone, you know? Sometimes all I can just think is, Mom, I miss you. I miss you so much. If you have those moments, know that it's okay. It's okay to let a brick down sometimes and feel all the feelings. It's okay to feel the guilt and the pain and the sorrow. It's okay. You're allowed to miss them. You're allowed to be angry. You're allowed to wish things were different. You're allowed to be really fucking mad. But you can't stay that way. You gotta close that wall up before it comes down and crushes you and drowns you in sadness. You need to take care of you. You can't stay on the couch forever, even though it's so cozy there. And if you're like me, you can't because you gotta be ready for whatever's coming next. I'll see you in the next one.